We will be explaining the Battle of Verdun. It was the longest and most demanding battle of World War I. It started on February 21st, 1916, and ended on December 16th, 1916.
300,000 people were killed and 750,000 were wounded. It was used as a stalemate. The Germans tried to weaken the French since Germany and France were both very strong nations. And they neither gained much land, but the Germans used flamethrowers on the French just to weaken their army and bring their numbers down. This opened the doorways to the Battle of Somme.
It didn't start out this bad. I mean, it didn't start wonderfully. It's war. But the first few weeks were manageable. The worst complaint I had was the helmet was too heavy and trenches weren't necessarily a 5-star hotel. We weren't trained much either. We had a bit, but not as much as Germany did. It didn't get nasty till later. By the second or third week, the bodies were starting to pile up. We didn't think it would be much longer till the war was over, but we were mistaken. It got worse and worse. The trenches aren't supposed to be permanent homes. Whenever it rained, the trenches would fill up to the point where bodies were floating around. We had nowhere else to hide. We had to stay in the mixture of water, dirt, and decaying bodies. When the ground got too wet, the sides would fall in, and our only shelter was gone. We'd have to stand in the no-man's land. Nothing could shield us from the enemy. They showed no pity and took every chance they could get at a shot. They used various weapons, including mustard gas, guns, gas masks, tanks. Our artillery was never stocked, but it seems like theirs always is. They seemed to take pleasure in our pain. Barbed wire surrounding the areas we fought, making us weary of the thought of escaping. Anyone who tried to get back hasn't succeeded. Most likely ends up dead.
The weather is terrible. We've been stuck here for months and have experienced most seasons. Snow, rain, the brutal sun. We never get a break. I've seen so many of my good friends die, and I have to see their dead bodies rotting away every day. There's nothing worse. The stench of the toilet follows you everywhere. There is no main place for waste, so you go wherever you can. It doesn't matter because at one point it'll all just end up in a pile of waste anyway. The sandbags are our only form of protection. They're stacked at the front, back, and sides of the trenches and help to give us a little bit of protection from the weather.
Trench foot is extremely common. There are few nurses and medical staff to care for all the diseased bodies, and many are infected with gangrene and had to have their foot amputated. I'm one of the lucky ones. Typhoid fever is one of the common diseases. It's spread through digestion of food contaminated with bacteria of someone who is suffering or suffered from the effects of salmonella. Since food is so scarce and we have to eat, it's almost like a game of luck. Who will get sick next? Wounds will happen any minute, or so it seems. People get shot, grazed, attacked, etc. There's never any peace.
Dear Clarice, I miss you so much. It's terrible here. I hope it's at least decent for you. I would give anything to be with you, but I know I must fight for our country and our freedom. We're supposed to keep our letters short, so I can only hope this is enough to keep me in your heart and prayers. All my love, Oliver. Verdun! We're done. You get it?
Our guard dogs. Dewey! I got that on video. Yes! Past couple weeks. Oh crap, it didn't start.